Hi, third grade families. Today I'm going to show you how to navigate through NCEdcloud from the student point of view. So the first thing you want to do is check to see if CMS's NCEdcloud login is at the top. If it is not, then you can always search it. So I'm at a Google open page and I'm going to type in my NCEdcloud and it should show me where to get on. So now I'm at the login page and I am actually going to log in from a student's point of view. So if you give me a moment, I will type in my ID. So once you put in the student number or the student ID, which is the username, you're going to click the Go button. This will take you to the password screen. So I'm about to type in my password. And then I'm going to click the Go button again. It will now take me to what a student's browser would look like or a student's dashboard. So there are really only three major areas you'll want to focus in, and that is Canvas, Clever, and SchoolNet. Those are the three main areas that students will be navigating to. So let's go ahead and go through Canvas first. So as I open up my Canvas page, you'll notice I go to something called the dashboard. We advise that the children go to what we call card view. If their view looks like lists, you can always change it. So what I did is I went to the top right corner and I clicked on card view and it switched it over to the cards. This is where you can actually see what class you're clicking on and you can actually navigate a little bit easier. So if you notice, it has a homeroom page, it has the math, the L, it has science, social studies, and it has our three connects. So I'm going to go ahead and go in through the homeroom page first, just so you can see what's available in homerooms. So if you notice when you get on the homeroom page, you see the teacher's Google Classroom. I have a Flipgrid for my kids to do. But if you scroll under that, all of these links are links that will support you. So this is about me. This is where we'll find our class schedules if you have any questions. This is about the third grade team if you need to contact someone other than myself. We have Zoom links, newsletters, Flipgrids, technology support, and digital citizenship information. So for my class, if you have to get to a Zoom link and you're not sure which one, if you go, it'll give you the links. So for example, there's one for art, all the Connect classes, and my own class. If I wanted to leave this and go back to the homeroom page, I would just click home. Now this does not take me back to the dashboard, it only takes me back to my homeroom homepage. Once you get through the home page, let's say you want to go back and do a math lesson, you would click this little thing that looks like a speedometer or half a clock. That will take you back to your dashboard. On your dashboard, you will be back to where you see the card view. So I'm going to go ahead and enter through math, since that is something that we've explored as a class. So this is my math homeroom page, and if you scroll down to the bottom, there is an enter here button. You'll notice with a lot of these pages that you'll have to scroll to the bottom. So it's very important that you do that. Once you click the enter here button, you'll come to our calendar. So this is our calendar for last week and this week, and all the math lessons are hyperlinked to the play buttons. So I'm just going to click on Thursday and Friday was lesson 1.1. I'm going to click on Thursday since that's one we've already done. When you enter the lesson, it will show you a family letter and it'll tell you all the different areas that are covered in this lesson. It also gives you directions to go ahead and click next. This is very important because by clicking next as you go through the course, you'll know when to stop because it will take you back to the homeroom page. If it does not take you back to the homeroom page, then you have not completed the lesson. So right now, this is the solve and share. There are parts of the math lessons where you have to stop and reply. So for example, for Miss Hill's math class, which is their virtual teacher, she has an interactive class. So you can click on her charts, number lines, hundreds charts. If she wants you to use counters, you can actually click on those and it'll link you to somewhere where the resources can be used. If I want to go back, I go back to my tab, and I am now back in Mrs. Hill's class. After Mrs. Hill's video has finished playing, and once you play it, you can make it larger so you can see and minimize it. At the bottom, Ms. Hill wants me to read my solve and share problem. She also wants me to reply. So in order for me to reply, I would click the reply button, and it would open up to a box where I have to type. I'm not going to do that today just because this is a student view and it's an actual student. The second part of the math lesson is called the try this. Now, this is not a part where you actually have to turn in an assignment, but it does have a video and it does require you to do something in a math journal. So we advise that if you don't have a composition notebook or a spiral notebook, that you get one so that you can have all of your work in one place. After you've tried the problem, Ms. Hill advises you to go to the next screen. If you notice, I keep getting next buttons. Visual learning will actually go over the try this problem and give me a few pointers. So once I watch that video with Ms. Hill, I will scroll down, go to the next button again, and it will take me to a convince me. My convince me is an actual page that I will have to do some input. I will have to submit some work. So down here, once again, there's a button that says take me to the quiz. The students would click that button. It would take them to the quiz and they would be able to fill in their answers. Once they are done, there is a submit me button. I think it falls kind of right here in the bottom right corner before they click next. So if they do not click the submit me button, I cannot get access to their work. Their teacher cannot get access to the work. They've done the work, but we can't see it. So they have to make sure they submit the work anytime that they do work online. Once they've submitted, they would go to the next button and they have a practice. Now make sure that your scholar reads Ms. Hill's board because she does give tips on how to help them solve the problems. And remember, her class is interactive. So if there's a resource that they need, such as a hundreds chart or counters or the number line, it is there and all they have to do is click on it. So I am on the practice page. If I scroll down, you'll notice that there is another take the quiz button. Once again, they have to answer questions. Some are multiple choice, some are short answers, some are type in the answer or number. Once they finish, they will click the submit button that'll fall in the corner. Once they've submitted their work, they can move on to the next button. When they get to the next button, Math Workshop is set up. It'll tell them what their activity or activity options are for the day. Because we're still new in the year, we're pretty much putting them on Dreambox to get them used to Math Workshop. But as the year goes on, this chart will fill up. So right now it says play Dreambox for 20 minutes. Teachers do put in lessons in Dreambox. So it's not like they're just randomly playing games. They are specified by the teacher. After they play their Dreambox, they will continue on to the next button until they get to this screen where the teacher is congratulating them. They see the trophy and they've done all of their work for today. They are not finished. If you notice, the next button is over here, but it's also on the screen. If you see a next button or a complete button on the screen, you can click it and it will take you directly back to the homeroom page for that subject. This is how the scholar knows they have completed the lesson for today. Now, let's say our scholar wanted to go back and do a different course or a different subject. They would click the speedometer, not the home button, but the speedometer in the corner that says dashboard, and it would take them back to their original screen with all their courses. So this is how you navigate through the Canvas portion of it. I'm going to show you how to go to the Clever. You would go back to your NCEdcloud dashboard, and it's the blue C. Clever is where they will find their Dreambox, it's where they'll find their Pearson, and it's find Sora. So if you notice some of the apps are gone, these are the ones that CMS has purchased for this year. Sora is a reading library, so when they open it up, it will take them It will take them to the classroom and it will show them what book their teacher has them reading today. So today or this week, we will be reading Waiting for the Biblioburrow. So the students will have access to any text that this teacher is using in class, and they don't have any assignments. So with that being said, I'm going to go back to the Clever page. This is also where they'll find their Dreambox and their Pearson. As I go through, the last button is the SchoolNet button. And on SchoolNet, you will actually see the portion where it says take a test. It automatically pops up on the home screen. So anytime they have to take an assessment in CMS this year, they will go through SchoolNet and they will put in a code. The code will be provided by the teacher. And once they click go, it will open up to the actual assessment for them to take. So this is the last part of the tour. This is the back to the homeroom page. Pearson is there so they can, Power School is there so they can look at their grades as well. But once they are done with all their items for the day, they can close these screens and tabs out, and that is it. But this is how you navigate through NCEdcloud. I hope that this video is helpful to you, and I hope that you got a lot of good information from it. Have a good day.